rolling on all those changes. Nate Reed on Capitol Hill, thank you. And I want to bring in Democratic strategist Joel Rubin. Mr. Rubin, why do we not have the full report yet?
Well, Laura, we don't have the full report yet because there's so much going on Capitol Hill right now. The omnibus bill, that appropriations bill, $1.7 trillion, has a myriad of provisions in it that every member was interested in. But we're going to get it tomorrow, and it's going to be robust, and it's going to be out for full public view. And then it's going to get to the Justice Department, and they're going to probably have a lot of interesting follow-up questions on this report.
Well, to that point, so far, until we're waiting for it, we have had access to witness testimony. Nate just walked us through some of it. What do you think is behind that? I mean, is it a strategy to slowly release?
Yeah, look, everybody on Capitol Hill understands that they were under direct assault on January 6, 2021. And what the committee has been doing for the past 18 months is actually putting flesh on the bones of that understanding. And right now, the committee is finalizing its work, knowing that the American people back it. We just saw a midterm election in November where the number two reason voters chose Democrats was because of democracy, a fear that democracy may be undermined and destroyed by the Republican Party. And so what we have with this report, with the release right now and tidbits going out, is to remind American voters that it's still very much a fresh issue, and it's setting up the Justice Department to take action. I think, frankly, the mood in the country is one of wanting democracy, wanting to see it protected. We're seeing the Republican Party itself shift away from Donald Trump because the leaders and the voters of the Republican side understand that Trump is a threat right now to our constitutional republic.
So we've got this 30,000-foot, view on all of this. I want your reaction to Cassidy Hutchison's transcripts. What do you think? I mean, does this potentially paint other testimony in a different light? Or, in other words, do you think others were pressured?
Goodness, yeah. Yeah, look, when the boss's lawyers are telling the witnesses to shut up and that the boss has your back, which is essentially what Cassidy was told, that's criminal conspiracy. These are not individuals taking the fifth or in this instance saying they don't recall. They do recall. They're choosing to actually obstruct an investigation of Congress. They cannot get away with that to the Justice Department. And the pattern of obfuscation that we're seeing was structured, organized, and orchestrated by Donald Trump's legal team. And that will put those lawyers in legal jeopardy. They have to be worried about whether or not they'll still be able to practice law in the future. And certainly it's going to only open up more interest at justice to investigate deeper those individuals who said they didn't recall things at the behest of Donald Trump's lawyers.
Let's circle back to Congress for this last question here. Has Congress learned any major lessons from the investigation to keep it from happening again?
Well, I sure hope so. Unfortunately, what we've seen, though, is that the Republicans on the committee, Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, thrown out basically by their party. And so we're not quite there yet. But the leadership of the Republican side understands very well, and in particular, Mitch McConnell understands extremely well how dangerous election denial is, disinformation, and then the rousing of a mob to attack the Capitol. But it still may take more time on the Republican side. And the real test will be, what are the priorities of the Republican House? Are they oversight? Are they legitimate investigations? Are they about passing legislation to try to advance an agenda? Or is it about payback and retribution, defending the people who led the insurrection on the Hill? What kind of show are they going to provide to the American people? We'll know pretty soon about the priorities of this House. Unfortunately, I want to say this last thing. Kevin McCarthy, who might very well be the next speaker, is being held hostage, in a sense, by the most extreme parts of his party, who are denying him the kinds of vote numbers he needs and extracting concessions that may very well fall along these lines of amplifying denial of the 2020 election. So we're still going to have to wait and see quite a bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, come January, we'll find out. This will all start shaking out. And until then, we're keeping everything in line with you. Democratic strategist Joel Rubin, thank you for your insight. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Lauren.